final drivers leaving the circuit, and I just want to circle back and just mention the Mason Barker getting in touch. Mason, the driver who's recently retired from karting, having a stellar cadet and junior pro kart career. Wish Mason all the very best in whatever he does. Cadet grid up on the screen. Do you want to take us through the grid, Tom, for Cadet Heat 1?
Yeah, of course. We've got Charlie Wyatt on pole, followed by Catherine Potter, Jared Fox-Wheatley in third, Lizzie Mentier in fourth. Thomas Potter in the 38 is fifth. Isabella Stansmore-Wilson is sixth. David Mack seventh. Eighth is Hudson Barker-Dix. Ninth, Ethan Gerling. 10th, Leon Barlow. 11th is Tom Holden. 12th, Sophie Pawsey. 13th, Josh Cooke. 14th, Findlay Stubbings. 15th is Alex Fraser. 16th is Addison Smith. 17th is Sam Robson, and 19th is Oliver Watson. 20th is Ethan Charles. 21st is Harris Ali. 22nd is William Robinson. 23rd, Lewis Goff, and 24th, Cody Lamb. 25th we find William George Howard. 26th, Holly Allen, and bringing up the rear is Alex Lynn in 27th place, the 66th car. Healthy grid today.
Very healthy grid, and it's Charlie Wyatt on pole position, and Tom, you caught up with Charlie after his pole lap.
Okay, fantastic lap time, Charlie. Tricky conditions right at the start with it being wet and then drying out. How did you find things? Okay, are you looking forward to the race? Are you here for both days? Okay, excellent. Thanks very much. Good luck out there.
So Charlie Wyatt on pole position in what I believe to be his final weekend as a cadet driver, moving up to a career in 2 strokes, I believe, awaits our pole sitter Charlie Wyatt. Alongside him, championship leader Catherine Potter. Then row number 2 is Jared Fox-Whiteley in the 22 and Lizzie Mentier, and those 2 drivers had an epic battle at round number 2, and they came through the chicane side by side, neither driver wanting to give an inch, and that one saw Fox-Whiteley go up and over the curb and gain a little bit of air. Out hairpin number 4 as we see Leon Barlow in the 42 just being repositioned.
I've just been having a watch at the final tips coming from the dads and the mechanics and the driver coaches, giving some final tips, shouting over the arm car barrier to the cadets on the grid here. It's pretty funny, just a lot of hand signals because you can't of course hear anything once you've got the helmet on.
You can shout all you want, but there's no chance you're going to hear. You've got an engine to the left of you as well, which is barrier side, so there's no chance that they're going to be able to hear. Our cadet grid gridding up. We are about mid-pack as we saw Leon Barlow qualifying inside the top 10, and I think it's Leon's granddad watching from the other side of the world in Australia.
So we've got Andy Barlow who's commented and says, let's go Leon number 42.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us and staying up late. We hopefully you'll get enough sleep in order to get back with us for racing tomorrow, which will once again be on the Alpha Live YouTube channel and via the Teesside Karting Facebook page. So 2 days of racing over 2 separate meetings here at Teesside Karting, 3 heats and a final for all of our drivers. The final few getting into position. Looks like Cody Lamb's going to roll the 93 forwards. A very distinctive livery of the 95 of Holly Allen in the background. Blue with the pink helmet, and the 66 of Alex Lidd. Looks like we're going to be away and racing in a few moments for the opening race of our cadet calendar here at Teesside Karting for round number 3. Green flag drops and we are away and racing. Great start from the front row by Catherine Potter, and she's going to go right round the outside and into the lead. Pole sitter Charlie Wyatt's dropped all the way back. He's down in 7th place as the championship leader moves through from the front row. Wyatt takes 2 though down the inside of hairpin number 3. Contacts up with the side pod of looked like the number 38. I think that's Thomas Potter, one of our youngest drivers on the grid.
Terrible start from Wyatt. However, he did make that straight back up into hairpin 1, slinging it up the inside of 2 people.
Yeah, Hudson Barker-Dix picks up a contact warning on the opening lap. Looks like we also had Harris Ali in the 72 spinning on the outside of hairpin 1. Now he's got some work to do. Wyatt down the inside of 3 drivers.
Three drivers in 2 corners there for Wyatt.
What a move. He's going to hold it out as well, right round the outside. He's got track position on Lizzie Mentier. Jared Fox-Whiteley's going to push him through as well. Charlie Wyatt recovers from a disastrous start to have one of the best opening laps I think I've seen any driver here at Teesside complete. The 55 gets a contact warning. That's Alex Fraser for his opening lap exploits as Potter throws that kart in and jacks the wheel of the number 20. Now
Potter won't be surprised to have Charlie Wyatt up alongside him or even behind him. Oh, as they go banging wheels to wheel there.
Catherine Potter defends aggressively to the inside, but there's nothing she can do as Charlie Wyatt dives back to the inside. And Catherine Potter, unbeaten so far this season, having taken 8 wins from 8 races, now has some work to do to maintain that record as Charlie Wyatt, he'll come through and over the line in the space of 2 laps. He's been from 1st down to 5th. I think he was down to 7th.
He was 7th coming out of turn 1, yeah, and then immediately
now
up to 5th.
To the head of the field. So it's Wyatt, Potter, Mentier, Fox-Whiteley, Thomas Potter, Stansmore Wilson. That's the 77. That's Sophie Pawsey off on the outside. Is that hairpin 3? I think it is. She's getting a helping hand. I was going to say back on track, but it looks like that one is being helped off down the escape road. And the 77 of Sophie Pawsey starts the day in the number 77 with a DNF, and she'll start heat number 2 from the back of the grid.
We're looking at Lizzie Mentier, about to have a look at the inside of Catherine Potter here.
Lizzie Mentier has had...
Meanwhile, just behind them as well, we've got Jared Fox-Whiteley going
Thomas
around the outside.
Last year's Bambino champion in that 38, driving that kart like a Bambino, just throwing it round the corner.
Yeah, there's still not much grip out there, it seems, although the sun is out and the track is drying quickly. But yeah, Thomas Potter going backwards at the moment, unfortunately. He's now 2.5 seconds off the lead. Charlie Wyatt, so we've got Charlie Wyatt, Catherine Potter, Lizzie Mentier, Jared Fox-Whiteley, Isabella Stansmore Wilson, Thomas Potter, Ethan Girling, Hudson Barker-Dix.
Stansmore Wilson down the inside of Fox-Whiteley, and they're going to open the door for Thomas Potter. 4 drivers. Ethan Girling now goes to the inside in the number 8. Is he going to get a run? He's got at least one of them. Thomas Potter's not going to give that one up, despite being the youngest driver on the grid. He's probably the most aggressive in that number 38. He's not going to give this one up.
Brilliant driving from Potter. Just kept his foot in. Very brave round the outside and held it. Great driving.
Yeah, varying lines there from all of our drivers. The 88 is Isabella Stansmore Wilson, right on the back of Jared Fox-Whiteley, and to the top 3, Wyatt, Potter and Mentier. And Mentier's had a good month so far. She's been very busy this week. She's seen Wilton Mill, she's seen Houghton Park, she's seen a couple of days at Teesside as well, a day at PFI testing as well for Lizzie Mentier. So a maiden podium here at round number 2 for the driver of the number 50 in the final, followed by the victory at the at Houghton Park last weekend. So a couple of Teesside drivers making their way over to Houghton Park. Isabella Stansmore Wilson there on screen in the 88, another one of those drivers. She finished 2nd behind Lizzie Mentier.
Ethan Girling having a look at the inside of Thomas Potter there. Couldn't quite make it stick. Potter, you can see, almost hacksawing at the wheel, really working those front tyres, trying to get some heat into them, get that grip. It seems to be coming back to him now, though.
Very intelligent driver for 8 years old, Thomas Potter. Like I say, last year's Bambino champion, and won that championship really with his intelligence, I'd say, more than anything. Some of the lines he was taking right round the outside of most of the hairpins, just in order to keep the revs up of that Bambino kart. Now he also enjoys the tutelage of his sister Catherine Potter, who runs in 2nd as that's David Mack coming through.
3 of Josh Cooke going up the inside of, I think it was Leon Barlow.
Yeah, that's Barlow in the red kart in the 42. 8 to 7 in front of him, that's Tom Holden, as Tom takes a very wide line round South Bank, gets the grip halfway round the corner though, Will the drive see him drive right round the outside? He's lost a place to Josh Cooke in the 3. And I mentioned here previously, Josh Cooke, a driver who's shown great improvements recently, now finds himself battling for positions inside the top 10. Comes over the line though alongside Holden and is in 11th at the moment as we once again return to this battle for 4th place. It's still Fox Whiteley, Stansmore, Wilson, Potter and Girling. They've got a big gap back to Hudson, Barker, Dixon, Leon Barlow as Stansmore Wilson defends to the inside. We've got a lap and a half remaining for these drivers. The leader's going to come through in a few moments to take the board. He's already making his way through the back markers.
Potter going for an outside move, but it's actually going to cost him a place. He had a look round the outside of Stansmore Wilson there, but couldn't make it stick, and that's actually gifted the place to Girling. And then Potter fights straight back. We would expect nothing less from him at the moment, but yeah, unfortunately he's not going to keep that place, and Girling fights back through again. So great action, and this is all, may we remind you, for 4th place overall.
Yeah, so positions here will start, the grid positions, which at the moment we'll see Fox Whiteley starting on the 2nd row. He did start in 3rd position, lost a bit of time off the line, and Stansmore Wilson looks over her shoulder, knows that this driver's there. Girling goes to the inside. They're going to go side by side down the back straight. I
think Girling gave a little push out of the hairpin.
Yeah, they're back into single file as we're going to catch our leader now coming around hairpin number 3 in a few moments. This is the battle for 2nd. Cutting through the back markers, Mentia's going to try and close up on the back of Catherine Potter, but out at the head of the field. As Harris Alley takes a spin. Charlie Wyatt though comes over, takes the checkered flag, and a commanding win in Cadet Heat 1. Over the line, Catherine Potter and Lizzie Mentia's took 2nd on the line. Potter got boxed in by our back marker and by a fraction, and I mean probably the length of the front bumper. Lizzie Mentia will take a front row start in 2nd place. Catherine Potter in 3rd. Fox Whiteley 4th. Stansmore Wilson in 5th. Thomas Potter and Ethan Girling sort their battle out with Potter getting 6th place and a 3rd row start. Girling, Holden, Barlow and Barker Dix round out the top 10.
Fantastic opportunist driving there from Mentier, using the back marker almost as a fit to NASCAR style to block in Catherine Potter, and just took it on the line.
This will be the first time that Catherine Potter does not start a race on the front row. She's qualified either on the front row or won every other race prior to this one. So this will be the first time this season that she starts with karts in front of her. And Lizzie Mentia will come through. And I don't think Lizzie knows that she got 2nd in that one. She stayed behind Catherine for the whole of the slowing down lap, as the drivers are instructed to do. They're told to stay in race order. And I don't think she knows that she's taken 2nd place in that heat by a fraction. And I do mean a fraction.
Fantastic race though. The Cadets is always good action, as we know, but that was from the front of the field to the back of the field. There were packs, wolf packs, hunting each other down, and great action.
So Cadets coming over the weighbridge. Thank you, as always, to our sponsors here for the live stream and the championship. It's NRG Cycles. You can visit their website at nrgcycles.co.uk for all your cycling needs. We see the last few drivers out, and will be the out in a few moments will be our junior and minimax grid, which will be the first of our rolling classes. They'll come over